Hi there. Thanks for coming back to watch another video. Happy new moon in Capricorn. My name is Latoya from Emerald Astrology, and I'm a intuitive astrologer. Love talking about the moon, and today we're going to talk about the new moon in Capricorn that happens on Sunday, January 2nd at 12:33 p.m. Central. Happy New Year to you. If you are where I am, America, yeah, Sunday. I get my days mixed up sometimes. So yeah, I'm really excited about this new moon. We're into the new year, and it's a good mood to set your intentions. So yeah, set your intentions. Speaking of, what is the new moon about? If you're not familiar with the moon cycles or living with the moon cycles, the new moon is all about setting your intention. It's the start of a new beginning, and getting familiar with this new emotional awareness that you have. During the dark moon phase, that is a little less than a day, so January 1st is considering we'll be experiencing the dark moon phase, sorry. Dark moon has this, it reflects our internal process. So we might, during this time, we'll be experiencing darker emotions, darker thoughts, hidden emotions that might be bubbling up and wanting our attention, wanting us to address what we usually suppress. And that can lead to uncomfortability, anxiety, frustration, just depending on how you respond, you naturally respond to like feelings of discomfort. This can come up, but this is coming up to help you get more familiar with what it is that, you need to own about yourself, that you need to recognize that is a part of you, and it's not there to hurt you, but it's there to want to be integrated with you, and yeah, just like worked into your consciousness. And this moon that's going to be in Capricorn really puts an emphasis on taking responsibility. So with this dark moon that's coming up, you're getting all these feelings, all these emotions, anger, anxiety, frustration. That just gives you a clue of what you can take on and take responsibility of, and set your intention on working on that situation, that relationship maybe that you have, experience that you've had this coming moon cycle. So just be familiar, just get recognized, or be more sensitive and aware of what you're feeling and thinking, like repetitive thoughts, or just like really sudden thoughts that just kind of really trigger you during January 1st, because that is a good time to get ready to set your intention on, yeah, finding your intention to set for January 2nd. So Capricorn, like I was mentioning before, is about all about productivity, practicality, responsibility, and really just owning the situation, the group, whatever it is, and really building something great for the long term. Wanting to be able to, yeah, just manage things in a way that is efficient and continues the achieving or being able to achieve a really big goal. And so Capricorn's all about this. It's cardinal Earth, so it's very initiative energy, getting things moving, but very slowly, but still getting things moving. It's not like Aries, cardinal fire. It's cardinal Earth, so it gets stuff moving and much more slower, but still gets things done, and it lasts. So Capricorn's concerns about all of this, and when we were thinking about the full moon of Gemini that just happened on the 18th of December, that was a culmination. That area of our life that Gemini rules was culminating, and so we've been working in that area of our lives. And for me, that was like friends and tribes, and understanding my gifts and contribution to the group. You just kind of like that was your ability to recognize, what was completing your life and what was beginning there. But now it's moving on to Capricorn in this new moon. So you got to be aware of where Capricorn is placed in your birth chart. So Capricorn's glyph or symbol looks like this. So if you can look at your birth chart, you will see in what area of your life that something new is coming up, that's bubbling up into your awareness and is ready for you to set an intention, so that it can develop in that area of your life, or that area of your life can develop. So Saturn rules Capricorn, and Capricorn is currently at 12 degrees in Aquarius in 6 minutes. And Jupiter just left Saturn. He actually left on December 29th. So he's now in Pisces in his own home, and Saturn is alone, although Mercury just kind of stepped in into Aquarius too, so he's not completely alone, but Saturn has to deal with the Aquarian things on his own, which is okay because this is his sign, so he's familiar with this area, but he doesn't have the glow of Jupiter there. So where we're getting support in our lives, and that maybe in that area of our lives, we might start feeling like things are getting really heavy, or we're starting to feel like we have more responsibility there. It's not as light, or we have to take that area of our life even more seriously than we have while Jupiter was in Aquarius. So that's going to be fun. So yeah, keep that in mind. But Saturn rules this Capricorn moon, and so with it being in Aquarius, its connection to humanity as a whole, how we're progressing humanity, how are we taking responsibility and contributing to humanity with our own gifts so that we can all progress and continue to express our own individual gifts to the collective. So like Saturn is really making us look at our lives and take note of what our gifts are, and then how we can supply that to the demands of our collective that are in need of support and growth and new ideas, or fresh ideas. And so Saturn is trying to help us like hammer that in and really make that real. So Mercury just joined Saturn in Aquarius, and so I just see that as more serious conversations to be had, maybe be delayed conversations, because Saturn tends to delay. He's like, yes, but not yet, the kind of energy, or maybe it's complete no, just kind of like that's not the area where you can move forward. Sometimes that Saturn manifests like that. Or it could be just conversations that have a lasting effect, because Saturn is, again, like Capricorn, that it gives these qualities to Capricorn because Saturn rules Capricorn. It's this ability to make things last for a very long time. So Mercury, the planet of communication, can really make us have these serious conversations that have a lasting effect in our lives. And so just being careful of like what you are agreeing to, what you are, what contracts you might be signing that locks you into a certain group or association or tribe or whatever. This has an lasting effect, and it could be good or it could be detrimental. So just being aware of what it is that you are wanting in your life is very important right now. I'm trying to talk through, my head is kind of hurting, so excuse that if I'm running my head a lot. It's because my head is hurting. So the aspects. The sun conjuncts the moon, right? So that's the new moon. And that I see that as a new emotional awareness in an area of your life that Capricorn rules. So you want to look at what house Capricorn rules, and for you, that's where you'll have a new emotional awareness and an opportunity to do something different. And it's an alignment to what you're wanting to create and what feels right to you. The moon squares as a separating square to Chiron. That's in Aries, 8 degrees, 32 minutes. And that could bring up some tension and a need to make a decision on that could be having to do with your ability to initiate what you believe in or what you're passionate about, and also needing to include the long term, have a long term mindset. So it's kind of like, it's like they're not, although they are both cardinal signs, Aries and Capricorn. Aries is fire and Capricorn is earth, and so when you put fire on earth, it kind of burns things up. But you can do that with more intention. So you need to be very decisive in where you put the fire, and how that, you're with Chiron and Aries, what is that area of your life that you've been healing about your sense of self, and how that can be applied to Capricorn things, which is like building for the future, owning your authority and in a certain area of your life, and just being very intentional with that. So yeah, just be mindful. You might have some tensions with like ones around, your sense of self, your identity, the way that others might see you, and you're having to really just like decide what it is that you're willing to initiate, you're willing to take on based off of what you feel is right, what you know is right for you. And then being very intentional with how you execute it, because this is going to be a lasting effect. The moon also trines Saturn trine from Uranus. Uranus is 10 degrees in Taurus, 56 minutes. And so we've already have been received very new ideas, and due to the turbulence that Uranus has offered in the previous moon cycles. Full moon, I think I was looking at the new moon in Scorpio in November 4th. He was like in opposition to the moon. Uranus was the moon was in opposition to Uranus, and so we had that turbulence going on, and then he was squaring. It was conjunct the moon, the full moon in Taurus, lunar eclipse. So it was like, all those, during those times, we were going through a lot of turbulence. But with that, we had new ideas setting in as well. It's kind of like we're getting cracked open, and then the light can shine in. And now with this moon trine Uranus, we have this opportunity to remain open to all of those new ideas that came in, and find ways to integrate them, and making sure it honors our new set of values that we've suddenly received from that turbulent experience. But we've got to keep in mind this is going to be for the long term. This is going to be a lasting thing that we're trying to build. So how can we integrate these new ideas? It's going to be very important with this new moon in Capricorn. So the moon also sextiles Pallas Athene, and this is an asteroid that is an expression of Venus, but not in a physical way. She's more concerned about utilizing Venus's reproductive energy to generate ideas, to create ideas, and to manifest ideas. And so she's pretty much like a vehicle. Pallas Athene is the vehicle through which thoughts takes form. And so I see this with this aspect going on during the new moon in Capricorn, is that we have this creative spark, and to envision how to manifest our ideas that we have. So we have some support, and if we are, open the door to the opportunity, because it's going to be presented with it being a sextile, we can use it. So that's promising. That's really good that we'll have access to how to create these ideas that are coming to us. But we just got to be able to be patient, because it's Earth, Capricorn's Earth. So being very patient with ourselves and realizing that these ideas are going to take time, because we're not doing it trying to be quick about it like Aries, like just start something and go. It's more of like we're going to start something and we're just going to keep you know, the momentum going. It's not like a start, stop. It's a start and just a slow go. So keeping that in mind. Venus and Pluto and Juno are in Capricorn as well. And so I just see, right now Venus is retrograde in Capricorn. And so this pretty much is making us needing to understand our worth through deep emotions and not, emotional analysis, power struggles, um, getting our needs met, and what are we committing to, so really, really understanding that, like, a lot of this heavy, stuff, serious stuff is like in the forefront with this new moon. But it's good because we're going to be able to understand what it is that we find worth our time, worth our energy, worth our creative, abilities, Venus, and understand what it is that we struggle with. Like, where do we have power, and where do we need to assert ourselves and not let things, people take advantage of us, Pluto, and yeah, just what we're committing to with Juno. So I see that there. Mercury exit Capricorn. So he's no longer there. We've had our conversations, and now that's going to continue to play out. We've got got enough information at least. So now we're just kind of working through that with Venus and Pluto, Juno. So how to make most of this moon? So I pretty much see, take your values and your ideas more seriously. Because Venus will be, let me make sure. I gotta get my calendar up. Venus will be in Capricorn. Oh no, why did I do that? Venus will be in Capricorn until she'll station direct in January 28th. And then she will, let's see, I'm just gonna try to get this. I thought I would have it here, but yeah, so she'll just be stationing direct on the 28th. And then she will be, I have to write that in the comments, but yeah, so she'll be doing that. So we'll have some time with Venus retrograde in Capricorn, and then stationing direct and moving things along with how we express our values for our long term, for the long term, and so that in feelings with relationships that are significant to us. And for Capricorn rules, that's the relationships that we are covering. So for me, it's like in my sixth house. And so that will tell me my relationships with my coworkers, my work, like what am I doing for work, and how am I understanding my power and my values in the place of work, and am I being seen for that, and how can I make sure that I am and being valued just as much as I value myself. So relationship with work, relationship with coworkers, bosses, and if you're having it in your seventh, then it's like literally, your relationship with your spouse or your friend or just the public in general, and so on and so forth. So taking your values really seriously, really taking the time to sit down and understand the frustrations or feelings of insecurities that you're having around relationships and connections with others, and see that your needs are needing to get met, and so what are those needs, and then make those your value, and then within that you will have your values, um, and find practical ways of integrating those ideas or those values into your life. um, so for me, it's like my values is bravery, empowerment, and fun. And so finding ways of making sure that those things are in my life is really important for me. And if I don't, then I'm not feeling like I'm living a full life. Um, so thinking about, who do you want to become? Who do you need to know? Who do you need to be connected to? What kind of relationships do you need to develop with the intention of creating it for something that will last, that will give you great returns over time. So I think a good grounding practice right now would be good for you. It would be like you do a meditation of your body is getting connected to the root of the earth. So finding a meditation like that, or just literally walking outside barefooted if you're not dealing with snow or the cold here. It's still warm. I think a friend had told me, she was like, it's warm up north as well, warmer than usual. So maybe, you don't have snow yet and it's still warm and you can go outside barefooted, um, or just simply just sitting still and just imagining yourself getting connected to the core of the earth. Tourmaline is a great stone to work with. So tourmaline I have a small one. Tourmaline, it's great for banishing any feelings of being a victim, because that's another thing with this Venus Pluto, is that there could be a tendency of feeling like you're a victim. If you think about the Persephone and Hades mythology, there's many interpretations of this mythology, but one of them is that she's a victim. She's got kidnapped by Hades and forced to marry to him, and to be with him 6 months out of the year. And so she can easily, that mythology can easily be like, okay, victimization. But then there's another mythology about that, is that she needed to get away from Demeter to develop her to become more whole, to become more aware of her darker tendencies and integrate with her light, or her, because she's also like goddess of like spring and thinking about other mythologies, I was thinking about Nana as well. So, but even with that one, it's like she's the queen of the heavens and queen of the underworld. So like having to realize that you're not a victim, that there's other options of seeing things, seeing situations. You might feel that, with Mercury and Saturn, you might feel there's a delay in conversation, or a no, receiving a no, and that triggers a feeling of victimization, of you can't get what you need. But really, if you kind of look at it in a different angle, you might see that this is an opportunity for you to try out those ideas that came in during November 4th and with the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, right? Like, you're not a victim. And then that, after that realization, you'll be able to attract more inspiration and compassion and tolerance, and then prosperity. So that's my message for you with this new moon in Capricorn. I hope that you got some golden nuggets there. I was really excited to share this with you. And if you have any questions, definitely comment below. Or if you would like a more, or just like a moon reading, so more specific to your own chart, your situation, I also have those available for you. Just click the button below and we'll get that scheduled and sent your way as soon as possible, just in time for the new moon in Capricorn. But other than that, I hope you have a great new moon experience, and I will see you next time. Bye.